play really goes back about 10 years when someone said, you know, have you ever thought about turning Chekhov's Three Sisters into the story of the Brontes? And it seemed a bit of a batty idea, but I looked into it and played around with it a bit and then put it aside for a long time until Barrie Rutter came back to me and said, how about it? And so through various drafts it has now become, it's sort of used the Chekhov as a launch pad or as one of those boosters. In other words, Chekhov slowly gets dropped, the launch capsule, and it begins to exist as a play in its own right, but it's very dependent on the Chekhov. But true to the Bronte story, that's very important. I don't mind people coming and seeing this play and realising I've compressed time, I've changed a few details, but it's very important that the main characters in it, the three sisters, the father, the brother, should accord to the truth and to people's general perceptions of them.
I think what was really interesting today with the read-through is what comes through is you get a mixture of people who actually know a lot about the Brontes and people that don't know anything at all. So it's how you actually put those stories together in terms of what's real and what's imagination, and I think it was very much the design is the same for me in trying to make it sort of not over familiar but also make it work. So there's enough in it that's recognisable as sort of Bronte that we know either from the books or from the parsonage here or from Haworth in the graveyard. So mixing that kind of very known language about them with also this sort of imagination, as if we can't ever know everything about those girls, you know, and their life here. There's a finite amount of things that we know, and the rest is, you know, is magically kind of there for us to find out, really.
It was nice reading in the read-through lines that you've seen written in letters in the parsonage. So we were walking around this afternoon having a look round and read some of the letters, and then to realise that you're actually speaking verbatim lines, that was really exciting. Actually quite moving to the point of tears.
Blake has used so much quotation from the Brontes' own manuscripts to bring their works to life and put the real words into their mouths, but he's also picked it up and run with the whole idea and filled in all the stuff that we don't really know as well. And I think atmospherically it's going to work extremely well.
We're also exploding quite a few stereotypes here, that the Bronte story is all doom and gloom and misery, that there's no humour. There's going to be humour in this play. And it's been very gratifying today. Here we are in Haworth. You know, this is extraordinary to think of being here and of looking in those windows now and realising, you know, they lived there. These characters I've just represented on the stage lived here.
What this has given us today has been nothing short of a real incentive to actually just simply get to work and see what we create out of this thing. Welcome everybody to Morrison's We Are Three Sisters.